Hi, everybody, and welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition Chronicle, Vancouver by Night, New Blood, and there's a cat in the way, and there's a tail here.
Cat butt.
Uh, so, as a warning, this is a mature game and it explores some dark and troubling themes. These may include body horror, gore, violence, loss of character agency, gaslighting, mind control, drug use, and many others. Our players have discussed consent and boundaries, and we collectively avoid situations that may be triggering. Players will always let me know if anything gets uncomfortable by using yellow and red cards in our private chat. If you as a viewer ever feel uncomfortable or triggered, please pause and step away. Our streams are always going to be available on YouTube after the game, so you can always come back to an episode if you feel ready. So, we kind of, I'm switching up the order here a bit. If you want to see all of our sponsors, I'm going to be putting the stuff in the chat, but we're going to have a whole bunch of videos that will be during our break, so you can check out all of our stuff. And so I'm going to jump ahead to introducing everybody, all the vampires that you see on screen. Ordinarily, we would start with Michaela, but they are indisposed at the moment. So let's go with Monica.
Hey everybody, Monica here playing the lovely Sophia Delacour, Toreador extraordinaire, and gossip of the wonderful coterie.
Gossip. Ooh, tell us more. No, I'm kidding. Not yet. Uh, and Joanna, right up here above me.
Hello, my name is Joanna, and I will be playing Antonia, your friendly neighborhood venture for you today.
And over here is Chris.
Hello, I am Chris. I play Key, the ministry little baby. They're just a baby.
And last but certainly not least is Alan.
You are not just a baby. Hi, my name is Alan, and I am playing the part of the old man, the coteries, the coteries, friendly neighborhood uh, uh, fixer, repairman, just general get it done kind of Nosferatu.
All right. So
Okay.
now that we've got the intros out of the way, when last we saw the coterie, they were discussing things and having chats, and they were kind of mildly reeling from the fact that one of their associates, I don't know if we should use the term friend when we're talking about vampires, but one of their associates had a break in and all of their stuff was kind of scattered about, almost as if someone was looking for something. And they were having discussions with regards to that. And there was possibly Bruja showing up in the club that they manage, the Dark Star. I have no idea what he's doing.
Best friends, besties.
And there was also some minor behind the scenes things which may or may not become more apparent soon. But Key and the old man also went out to have a chat and get some information about possibly werewolves. There's a possibility that the images that they were given were, in fact, werewolves, and there's a possibility that they may not be. Despite the fact that the Nosferatu are known for information, they may sometimes get it wrong, especially when dealing with other supernaturals. So, we're going to open up this particular episode in the Dark Star. I believe that there was some of the coterie. I believe Sophia and Antonia were still at the Dark Star, and Key and the old man were coming back from that particular meeting. And we're going to have Violetta will have kind of gone off. Maybe she was getting a call. Who knows? She had to go deal with something. So, Key and the old man, you're headed back to the Dark Star. Are you going through the traditional, I don't even really want to call it a service entrance, but it's, there's a way that the old man gets in the Dark Star that is away from prying eyes.
Through a manhole in the middle of the dance floor.
Whoa, some kind of party. Go ninja.
Oh my gosh.
No, I think the old man is going to check with Key first.
Okay.
Before using any underground passages. And he says, "Oh, right. So we both know that there's something happening with the tunnels underground, right?"
Yes, I usually just follow you.
Right, but following me might not necessarily get us where we want to go. So it's up to you if you want to tag along. But I think I should go underground and find out a tiny bit about, like, I got to learn how to use the underground, even though it's acting up.
Okay, so we go together. I'm very confused about what you're asking.
I'm asking you if you want to go together or take the streets. Do you
I wanna
want to
go-
come?
Yeah, I
underground?
follow you.
Okay.
Unless you want to
Alright.
leave me to my own devices out on the street.
No.
Because I could have like
all right, come on.
I just feel like he started and there was like the pull of the shoulder, like the shirt. Like actually, second thought, it's not a request.
Yeah, and yeah, immediately I was like, oh yeah, what the fuck am I thinking? That's a terrible plan. And we both go.
He already had their chapstick like out of their pocket.
Again with the chapstick. Eventually,
Yeah,
I'm
with
just
the
going to
chapstick.
attribute some kind of weird supernatural power to the chapstick. Like,
It's a grenade.
oh, we're going by get smart rules. I see. Okay. Would you believe
Let's go.
chapstick?
Yeah.
You're going through the sewers?
Yeah.
So you were, if I recall correctly, via my notes,
Down at that park in
Yeah.
Gastown. Yeah.
yeah.
If you want to chill out with those dice, whoever's playing with the dice over there. Oh, I thought it was
Definitely.
Storyteller.
That's definitely
was like,
me
if you
getting
wanna-
ready
if you
to
wanna
make
knock
this
that off.
roll. That's definitely me.
You guys
Sorry.
go into the cellars.
Very anxiously getting ready to make a roll that I'll probably not succeed.
Let me
as
just
many
pull up
times as
the
I
old
would.
man's character sheet with Demiplane.
What?
Brought to you in part by.
So, okay, so you were going through the sewers. It's not that far of a trip. So I'm gonna give you a bit of. I already have one of those there. I'm gonna give you a chance die. Okay.
I don't like what your face did there. I don't like it.
You're just reading into everything. You're like,
Key, you got a little hazy there. You got a little out of focus.
it's okay. Key has obfuscate. It's fine.
Shit, I don't know.
I don't think waving your arm like a Canada Goose is gonna necessarily do it. Okay, so
Son of a biscuit.
for the old man, let's get a wits and trying to figure out what would be useful for this. Let's go with investigation or awareness.
Okay.
If I turn the video off, will it mess everything up for a second?
Most likely.
Son of a gun. I don't really.
It'll be awareness for me.
Okay.
Wits and awareness, and one of them is a hunger die. Because the old man got a little hungry.
He just
Okay.
disappears from behind you.
This is I might have to. I think I have to turn off my video.
Okay.
Oh. And just like that, the threat brings Key back. I'm gonna have to turn off my video. All right. Okay.
That's it. I'm choosing violence. Wait, no.
Old man, how did the roll?
Speaking of threat, that is one success out of a potential 5.
Here's the thing, everybody playing.
I've been through these sewers. Can I help?
No.
Fudge.
So I gave Elaine a chance die that I rolled to see, just how many successes Elaine would need to beat in order to get it. And since it was very close, I was like, you know what? It's probably not going to be too much. So I'll be like, okay, this is what the difficulty will be. 1 to 3, it was 1 success, and then it would go up from there. I rolled a 2, so you only needed 1 success. So you kind of it's before you walk too far down, kind of a T-junction. The old man kind of recognizes, wait a minute, this T-junction isn't leading where it is that I need to go. So you kind of backtrack a little bit and then you go the correct way. Okay. So you can definitely tell that it's the distortion, I guess would be the best way of putting it, in the sewers is not necessarily getting worse, but it is more affecting the situation that you are currently, the area that you are currently in.
Right. And I say, it's over here. Wait. No. It's back here. Yeah, here. Okay, let's go.
And for Key, you have actually, the old man has probably taken you through the sewers on a number of occasions. And just kind of perspective wise, you kind of realize that if you had proceeded down that T-junction, it quote unquote would have put you in the right spot. That's the way you would have had to go to get to the Dark Star. But then the old man reverses course and leads you down a different path.
So wait, I know that he's now going down the wrong way?
You think that now he would be going down the wrong way, but the old man, with the success of the roll, you know that you're going down the right path.
Okay, sorry, I'm getting confused by the verbiage here. So the path we were going on before you said turn around is the wrong one.
It's the wrong one, but it looked like the right one, and now we're going down the right one, but it looks like the wrong one.
So Key would know that if you turned right, that would lead you kind of to where you traditionally would have gone to the Dark Star. But the old man stops and then reverses course.
So why are we taking the long way?
Because the tunnels are a whole snafu.
But that's the one we usually go on. Look, this is where I put my footprint there one time. You could see it on the left wall. What?
And look.
And what?
I point at the service entrance to the Dark Star. Let's go. I hit the door twice at the top, 3 times at the bottom, and turn a key and enter.
You should give it a little kiss next time. Just add another step. Da, 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 da. Key's like tapping it as they walk through the door.
I say, don't tap it. Don't fuck with the vibe.
They do a quick and then follow you.
Yeah, and make my way up through the cellar,
Making my
up through
way.
the maintenance room, the deep phasers, and then into the back of the Dark Star.
Okay. Sophia and Antonia. I believe the two of you were observing the Bruja from the VVIP.
Yes.
They
Go ahead.
it's a weird situation. You're not really used to this managing a goth club, but it's kind of a situation where they're they're skirting the line, but they're not jumping over the line with regards to annoying the other patrons. It's kind of a situation where it would be like any other patron, you'd be like, you know what, let's just kick them out because they're getting close to annoying the other patrons. But they don't quite cross over that line necessarily to facilitate what your manager would be like, let's just kick them out.
Antonia turns to Sophie and says, "So, what do you make of them?" Like looking down at the Bruja.
You might be muted.
I clicked on the wrong tab. Oh, Antonia, I don't know. They just look dirty to me. Like,
I would have to agree. They're not. I can't really kick them out right now. I feel like that would cause too much trouble. But at the same time, you well know we're trying to run a business, so I don't want to drive away customers. Should we just bring them up here?
I mean, if you think that's the best course of action.
I don't even know at this point. I mean, they are out of my comfort zone. They always have been. Really. When we talked to them last time, they just annoyed me. But you know what? Maybe we should. Maybe we should invite them up, get them out of the customer's way, get them out of our patrons' way, and sit them down for a chat. What do you think?
It's true, because if they do anything crazy, then we can just kick them out from up here, and then we won't have to deal with the patrons having
Exactly.
to witness.
Exactly. We don't want to cause a commotion. Um, at the same time, I don't want to go down there and get them. So, and Antonia just texts a message to her manager for the night. Um, can I request that you get the how many are we talking about, Storyteller?
Looks like there's about the group itself is 6, but from what you can tell, there's probably maybe 3 of them that are actually like kindred.
Okay. Um okay, this is a rough one. Would I will basically describe the 3 um that are the actual kindred to the manager and ask her to bring them up, say that, you know, drinks compliments of the management, please come on up or something to that effect.
Okay. That's probably going to take a couple minutes to do. Key and the old man would be coming up to the VVIP, probably around that time.
Welcome. How did it all go?
Actually, it's all right. It's just not the tell-all info I was hoping to get. I might need a hand with this one.
Well, we'll see what we can do. Here, why don't we sit down? You can let me know what you need. We've got some Bruja coming up here. You know the ones from the other night?
They're best friends. And
Yeah, your
like
best-
you just see Key whip out the bangle. Like,
I
Yeah,
go, uh-huh.
they're coming up here. Because I don't want them disturbing the patrons. So I've asked the night manager to bring bring the three of them up here.
Is this another talk that you're gonna have with them?
Well, this is, yeah, I mean, they were supposed to come back to bring us some sort of a deal, what it is that they want. Not that we necessarily will give them what they want, but we wanted it in writing what exactly it is that they want from their leadership or whatever they call it in the anarchs. So yeah, I think it's worth hearing them out at least, seeing what they have, if they've actually put something together properly.
Okay. All
It's
right.
at that point that you hear over the sound of any industrial music that happens to be playing at this particular point. You hear, "Oi, fuck off!"
Oh, I don't think this is going well.
I'll go handle it
bestie.
if you want.
I mean,
I want to
sure.
go look over the edge.
Don't hurt them too much. Don't hurt them too much.
I go down to where that sound came from.
I'm following because I will be damned if the old man hurts my besties.
I was gonna say, Key, when you peer over the edge,
Oh,
you
does
can see the person that you recognize as Antonia's manager. They are kind of like they have their hands up, and it looks like they're kind of stepping back away from that
Yep.
particular group. And there's like
Uh-oh.
one who has like their kind of fist in the manager's face, and with the thumb stuck out, like, no, you're bringing my people. All of our people are coming up there. Now fuck off. And that's probably about the time that the old man would be coming up to this particular meeting.
Is there a problem here?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a problem.
And what would that be?
You and your Ventrue master just yeah,
Uh-oh.
I don't like him. The Toreadors either.
Is that the only problem that
Well,
you have?
they want us to come up as vampires, but they don't want my ghouls to come up. Come on, get out of here.
Yeah, that's how that works. The ghouls stay down here.
What?
The
No. Yeah, where I
kindred,
go, my ghouls are going.
the kindred do business with kindred, and as long as you are in the domain of someone with whom you wish to have dealings, you will abide by those terms. Otherwise, you can, as you say, oi, fuck off. And I'm just gonna check a few, just check a quick
Quick character
skill of
sheet.
mine here. Yeah. I don't have this per se, but I will like just like as I like stick out my thumb, just really like shine that it's like a really sharp, like one of many sharp
claws.
Fuck you. Yeah.
Give me a. Now that I've got your character sheet open again. Yeah, probably. Let's go manipulation and intimidation.
Okay. Manipulation
Kind of give him the old verbal hee ho.
and intimidation. Guess how many dice?
5.
Jack of all trades. Let's go. That is 2 successes.
Okay.
The old man is having an off day today. What happens if 3 of them are ones?
If you got 2 successes, you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all good. So you can see he's kind of bristling at it. You're not quite sure that your attempt to intimidate kind of like hit the mark necessarily. Like
I don't get in his face, but I hold my posture and I hold my ground.
Yeah. And he's like, one of his associates kind of leans in and kind of whispers something in his ear that you can't quite make out over the ambient music that's in the background. He's like,
Yeah, I'm there.
fine. Look, they're gonna get taken care of down here, right? And by taken care of, I don't mean like the venture way of like taken care of.
We will be most courteous. In fact, if you want, I can stay down here and watch them myself. Drinks on me as long as they behave.
Yeah, right. Is Key down there as well?
No, Key's still watching over from
Okay.
I do make eyes with Key. As I gesture to the kindred anarchs to advance upstairs, I look at Key and make eyes to keep your eye on the ones that are going in the mating.
Like he just shakes their friendship bracelet.
Guess that's an
That's
indication.
that's
of
gonna
yes,
have to
yeah.
do. It's gonna have to do.
So they make their way upstairs. The 3 kindred-ish types. Unless there's any resistance, is there anybody? There would probably be kind of like a bouncer between the VVIP and like the regular VIP. Would there not?
What are any of them the ones who gave me the chain?
No, none of them.
Damn.
Antonia gestures for the bouncer to let them in.
They kind of brush past the bouncer. One of them like kind of like dusts off the bouncer's shoulders, adjusts their shirt collar a little bit on their way by, and just keeps walking. It's kind of a real dick move.
Oh, the 90s.
I was like, dang, look at how considerate they are.
And they wander in. They sit down, and assuming there's tables out in the middle ish area.
Something like that, yeah, probably.
Yeah, they sit down. One of them kind of kicks back, puts their feet up on the table. They're not exactly clean construction boots that are barely laced up.
Antonia walks over. I know that you and I have not met, and I do not want to get off on the wrong foot, but I feel like we need to lay down some ground rules. You are not to touch my staff without consent. Is that understood?
Sure.
Excellent. Second thing is, get your feet off my table.
It's gonna be one of those meetings, is it? And he kind of kicks his feet off the table, leans forward.
The last group we spoke with said that they would come back. We had requested that if they want to make some deals, if your leadership wants to make some deals, you have to bring it to us in writing. You have to give us a contract. I assume that you're here because you have that contract.
Something like that.
All right. You want to
He
give me
reaches
said
into his
contract?
leather jacket, unfolds, kind of spreads it out. It looks like it's been not through like a shredder or anything, but just like it's been crumpled up in the past, and from what you can tell, it's printed out like on the back of something else that's been printed out, like trying not to waste paper type of situation. Where it's just like it's printed.
And what is the gist of what this says?
The gist of what it says is we'll get to hang out in your club and we'll kind of help out in case there's any problems kindred wise, like if anybody tries to attack, that sort of thing. There's a bunch of, the way it's written is it's a bunch of legalese, but it's a bunch of incorrect legalese. Like there's a lot of therefores and these and thous, etc. It looks like they're trying to outventure the venture type of thing. Like it's basically a bunch. When you apply it, you know what it means, but it's essentially a bunch of like somebody who's seen like an old school like Shakespeare play and they're trying to emulate the talk, but they don't actually know what they're talking about.
I'm gonna say Key was like right behind Antonia as she was looking at the contract, and Antonia, you just like feel Key's breath on you as she whispers into your ear, like, "Do they speak English?"
Antonia turns to Key and says, one can speak English, but not write it properly.
Ye
You can't
old
write English?
English.
You can't write English? This is terrible. Who wrote it? Your cats?
Oh,
I don't have a cat.
Antonia's gonna step back, and Key is obviously taking the snark here. So, oh, continue, Key.
He's just
By all
continue with
means.
continue with
Oh.
what?
Oh, I
Ye
mean,
old.
you.
I like the other person who came in. They gave me the friendship bracelet.
Yes.
They were much better.
And he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out like it's kind of a bracelet, but it is like the spokes of a like a bicycle chain. Like they told me to give you this.
Oh, why didn't they come themselves? They're so much more fun than you. They
They
just
were
like swipe it
busy.
from their hands. They were big, but they smell nice. You don't smell so nice. Your feet smell like shit. They just like so nonchalant, like turn back around, like
They
looking at
also
it in
look
the
like
light.
shit.
Hey, wait a minute. You must be the Toreador.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, well, I suppose.
Yeah, they told us there was a Toreador here too. And I guess the Nosferatu's downstairs.
Yes.
And
No, just they told us. They also said to appreciate your art.
points.
Is that what you were doing when you came in and you put your like smelly as fuck feet on the table?
Well, no, there's no art on the table.
Oh, so now you're an arts expert. They like go back to looking at the thing. Key's really just mad that their best friend didn't show up. That's just guys just getting the brunt of it. Key's just upset about that.
Antonia's just like, she's stepped back just a little bit, and she's kind of just observing, because she's like, you know what? This is playing out on its own. I'm just gonna let this go as it is for a little while, and
I'm
see
not
what
getting
happens.
my hands dirty.
But yeah, they said to appreciate your art. I don't know if the table's art. I don't know if it's like some interpretive art bullshit or whatever. Performance piece, whatever it's called.
Well, sometimes a piece of furniture could be art, but either way. Why exactly do you all want to be here? I mean, don't you guys have like more divey places?
First of all,
Uh,
rude.
Oh, I'm the one being rude.
Secondly, we like to, make our way through the club scenes.
So you like shitting on the capitalist overlords, but you want to be a part of our establishments.
I heard there's good parties here.
Make it make sense.
That maybe they are misinterpreting what this club is. It is a welcoming place, but it is not without its rules. And as I said, those rules include not touching staff without consent. In fact, not touching anybody without consent.
Yeah, we
This
pretty
is
much
not
go by those rules ourselves.
okay.
Odds or evens?
Sorry, what?
Odds or evens?
Evens?
Okay, cool. They like lean back behind them and finish what they were doing behind their back.
All right. We will have our legal friend take a look at this, because she will probably rip it apart in terms of its structure, and she will probably give you some adjustments, changes. I can tell you, however, that for tonight at least, I will take this contract, and provided that you don't cause any more disruptions, that you are kind to the patrons and not disturbing them, you may stay and enjoy the rest of the evening. I thank you for coming. And yes, Sophia, Key, is there anything that you'd like to add? Because we can continue the conversation. And
Well, I'm just
Um,
wondering what exactly do we need their muscle for if we have other groups providing muscle?
good question.
Nobody can fight as well as we can.
You're sure about that?
I'm pretty sure.
I feel like in that moment, I would like to make a roll because Key was wadding up little pieces of paper and they said evens. So they have two little pieces of paper that they've got in between like a little rubber band. And right as they say, like, yeah, they think so that they're good muscle, Key's gonna aim it at his forehead and let it rip.
With the rubber band. shoot at the piece of paper at him?
Yeah, 2. I'm trying to hit him in the face.
Give me a dexterity and melee roll.
Okay, dokie. That is 2 successes.
All right. And so you shoot the little piece of paper at him. Cat, you're being annoying. Go down there. And it doesn't even look like he's looking in Key's direction.
Oh.
But you kind of see, you can kind of track it because it's like a white piece of paper in like a dark lighting situation. So you can see it pretty much the whole way through. And then he just disappears at some point.
Sense the unseen.
Ready? Sense the unseen is
Busted, shithead.
powers. There we go. Aspects. Sense the unseen is a wits and aspects roll.
I'm gonna use a willpower.
If he gets close to me, I'm doing some shit too. This mofo.
Why is everybody being antagonistic towards the Bruja?
First of all, is that a sarcastic question?
Ooh, pick me, pick me.
Pick me.
That's 3 successes.
Three
Hey,
successes?
Go, get wrecked.
That being said, I am not a pick me. Okay, just thank you.
But is the old man?
No.
So Sophia, you kind of saw Key shoot the thing, the little piece of paper, and you saw it go in, and as soon as it disappears, you kind of kick in your sense the unseen, and you see like it's kind of like a wave pattern that moves in the air, but you can tell that it was a supernatural power that was used, but it's kind of like the after effect of it as opposed to actually like seeing it in play right now. You have as an in-clan celerity, so you've seen people move this fast before, basically. So you know kind of what it's like he grabbed it out of the air with celerity faster than most anybody could see.
Ah. Quite quick, aren't we?
I have my moments.
Carry on.
Also, don't do that again. And he
Oh, you're not going
glances
to
at,
tell me what to do here.
he glances at Key.
So do it again. Or what?
Well, that could be seen as violence.
Didn't you just like touch people without consent and kind of come in here with a threatening demeanor, and now you're going to talk about violence? And your English sucks? I don't know.
Antonia just looks at Key and looks at Sophia and just smiles and you are right. We don't know why we would need these fine Bruja here to help us at the club. But how about this? How about we read it over, see what they're offering, and then we can decide if it's good enough. Does that sound does that sound okay, Sophia? Key?
Only if they bring back my best friends. I don't
Yes.
care for you're kind of boring.
Yes. And I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
I'm Axel.
Because we don't. Oh, that's gross.
They're not Key, they're not Fae.
Sounds like a 15-year-old name.
Axel.
Axel.
Well, Axel, my friend Key here, they would really prefer if we could have the other Bruja that came here being the ones that
They were busy.
Oh, I understand. I'm just requesting that the next time they come here instead of you. No offense or anything. You can be welcome here.
One of them had to go deal with some issues.
That's fine.
No.
is
What issues? No, Antonio. What issues? What issues?
Oh, you want to know it? Okay. What issues?
He like goes
We're
back
more
to hiding
important
behind
than
Antonia.
me. We're more important than me, and then Key, and then Sophia.
We
And,
probably shouldn't be discussing it with tower types.
I'm sorry, what?
You're part
Tower
of the tower.
types. Well, but you came into a club run by people who are members of the tower.
Yeah.
So spell.
Well, that's a different situation. And for Key,
What
for the
the
out of
fuck's the
character
tower?
question, the tower is kind of a shorthand nickname for the Camarilla, the ivory tower.
Oh no, ew. No, not all of us are from the tower. That's gross. No. Mm-mm. Ah. He made like a little hairball sound.
I like that one.
And that's great. Since you like Key so much, you don't want to disappoint Key, so next time, make sure your other friends come instead of you to negotiate. You're welcome here to partake, but come here to negotiate. Bring your other friends instead.
Yeah, if they're
Also,
not busy.
okay, yes, and again, one more time. So, what were these issues that they were dealing with?
Just issues.
Yeah, you can look at me if you can't talk to them about it. Just
Oh,
peering out
right.
behind Antonio.
Yes. Sophia and I, we can just step back and not listen. Right, Sophia?
Sure.
Yes.
Are you both stepping back?
Antonia starts stepping
Oh,
back.
don't say it like that. What does that mean? Are you both leaving the sphere of influence?
No, Key, if you wish to hear what they were busy with, they will probably tell you, but they won't tell us because we're officially tower and you don't really run in the tower. So
Yes, towers.
I'm
going to
leave you to do your.
How removed from the music is the VVIP? Like, I'm assuming you could still hear it, but would it be loud enough to like interrupt if someone were to try heightened senses, as an example?
Sorry, loud enough to interrupt.
Yeah,
If somebody
like would it be like completely soundproofed off from the main area, or would you still be able to hear the music basically?
Well, that depends. So basically, you can hear the music from the balcony area because you want to still be able to enjoy the music. But I imagine that the VIP room would have a privacy kind of curtain that would muffle the sound at least a little bit.
Okay. I'm guessing the curtains are drawn at this particular point in time.
Yeah, I think Antonia would have drawn the curtains when the Bruja came in.
Okay.
I'm gonna retroactively, if that's okay with everyone.
It's fine by me.
Yeah.
So The Bruja stands up,
Ooh,
leans over to Key,
ooh,
like gets real close,
ooh.
and he whispers, and I'm gonna do like a stage whisper because there's no point in not doing it because otherwise the people who are watching at home won't be able to hear me. There's gonna be an LA type situation here at some point soon.
Okay, speak to me like I'm new to this city and really dumb. What the hell does that mean?
Anarch uprising.
Oh, we like that. Okay, what does that mean? How do we, are there like gift bags? Like t-shirts for everyone?
It it's not that part of LA.
Okay, then what do you mean uprising?
I mean, the cam is in power now. We want the anarchs to be in power.
Okay, when you say we want the anarchs to be in power, like which anarchs? Because what's the point of having the power if we just like replace? How about no one has the power? Mm?
There are
Or
plenty.
are you the one trying to get the power? Because I don't know how I feel about this one.
There's plenty of ways of distributing the power once the cam is out.
Cool. So why do we need you guys to help with that? I could do it on my own out here. I could do
Well,
it
one
from
would
the
assume that
inside
if you
out.
would do it on your own, that you've already done it by now.
No, that's boring. Why would you rush into things? Have you ever tried eating a whole cake in like one sitting? I did it one time. The old man told, like, he warned me at the beginning, but I didn't listen. And I feel like that's a little like you're not listening right now.
Does Key have the ability to eat human food?
No, I don't think so.
He
Old man
he
isn't
will
there.
try everything once
Alan
I know
wanted
the
to
anatomy.
That's probably the
I
warning
have
the old man
the
gave. Like, you can't eat cake anymore, Key. Just
Don't
don't.
I
eat
have
it. Oh.
my flaw is risk taker, so if I shouldn't be doing it, I will still try to do it. Yeah. Don't
Key
eat the
tried to
cake.
have
Okay,
their
I'll eat
cake
the
and
cake.
eat it too.
Hey
Yeah.
yo.
Let Key eat cake.
Let me
Amazing.
that on a shirt.
Yeah. So keep that in mind. And then
So
they
like
turn.
when is it happening? You gave me no timeline. It's just as bad as that stupid contract.
As he turned and he was just about to walk away when Key said that, and then he turns back and goes, "Soon." And then they just
Can I eyes
they
of
all
the
leave.
serpent him when he looks back?
You can try, but he's not actually like looking at you. He just kind of turns his head. It'd be really
he
hard to
didn't turn
do.
back to me or no?
No, he. This is the perspective that you would see. He kind of like soon. So it's not really like there wouldn't be any eye contact from his perspective.
He's gonna try to get a finger in the back of his collar.
Give me a dexterity and brawl. I want to say.
And brawl?
Yeah, this would be a brawl action.
Interesting.
Unless you're
If it's-
using a weapon, in which case then it would be melee. Like,
Are you trying to do it to like hold him back?
Yeah, I'm just trying to like not even pull them back, just hold them there.
Yeah.
I think Alan was trying to help you out, but
I feel like this is going to get into grapple territory.
Hey yo.
Hey yo.
Hey yo, that's 2 successes.
which is awesome because you have one
Because I have
dice.
2 dice.
So
Your boy's got a 0 in brawl.
Yeah, you put your hook, you hook your finger on, and he stops moving, and he's like, "Yeah, don't touch me."
I didn't touch you. I touched your shirt. Is your shirt you? I need another word for soon.
Soon. check with your
Oh my god.
clan.
Oh my god, your boy, you don't even know. You didn't even get an invite to this shit, did you? You're like the telephone. And Key kind of lets go. Oh my god, you're like one of the low people. I need to go talk to a true anarchist because like my best friend. I don't know why they sent you. And Keith's just
Go,
starting to mumble off about how this guy's low on the totem pole now.
go talk to your clan rep.
Go talk to your clan about yeah. They probably will have more information than you, and they're not even anarchists. Real disappointing.
He keeps going.
Boo ha.
He leaves.
Boo.
Boo ha.
Oh! Just a rap battle behind him.
You're more like a boo ha.
Go get a clue, ha! All right, no, it's getting bad. I'll stop.
So at the point that
Hit 'em
they
with the
leave,
booyah.
that seems like a good time for a bit of a break. So come back in about 10 minutes, everybody, and we'll have some words from our sponsors in just a couple seconds. And welcome back, everyone. So after the discussion with the Bruja, Key is going to talk with certain members of the clan, of ministry, or perhaps other anarchs. We'll find out about that soon. Chris had to step away for this particular portion. So, with everyone else, you the Bruja leave. They don't seem annoyed or anything. They're all kind of, as soon as the leader, and I mean leader quotation marks, as soon as they kind of go down back from the VVIP section, they they kind of snap their fingers, and everyone of the, what you could kind of tag as Bruja in the club, kind of form up on him, and he leads them out. What is everyone doing from there?
Is the old man still downstairs?
I believe the
Yeah,
old, yeah.
yeah, he is.
I think Antonia will look over the railing at the old man and just kind of give him a nod, so kind of like everything okay.
Storyteller,
That's me.
is everything okay?
Everything seems to be okay. Like, it's just kind of there was more of a tension in the air when the Bruja were there.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's kind of it's kind of like, slowly releasing air out of a balloon type of thing, where it's just like the
Mhm.
tension was up here, and now it's kind of,
It's kind of easing down,
yeah,
but it isn't like all at once kind of vibe.
yeah.
Then for sure, the old man is just kind of like looks up at Antonia and just kind of gives a thumbs up.
Antonia says thumbs up as well and turns to Sophia and says, "Should we go down and meet up with the old man?"
Sounds good to me.
Right. Um, so heading down to meet up with the old man to discuss his next steps.
Antonio, what do you think about making friendship bracelets for the whole group?
I think that would be an interesting idea.
What
I
if we did a
think
group activity, like a team building exercise?
I Antonia kind of raises an eyebrow and then she's like, "Yeah, you know what? We could probably use that. It,
Oh, goody.
it will allow for a little bit of, fidgety fingers as well. Like
Yes.
to actually you know, get people to maybe zen out. Maybe get Violetta to kind of meditate on the friendship bracelet, on the process.
I'll source some
Like
chain links.
Ooh. Ooh, okay, that could be interesting. You're thinking chainmail.
Well, no, I just feel like Key has been on quite a chain link uh, extravaganza, and I think Key would actually be more enticed by that.
That's not a bad idea. Chain link. That could be interesting. And
So yeah, it's quick enough to get back downstairs. As you get down to the main level to where the dance floor, etc. is, Antonia, you see like your manager, and they're kind of giving you an indication that something she would like to speak with you, essentially.
okay, Antonia goes over.
And she leans in. There's a phone call for you.
Oh, on like a landline?
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
That's unusual.
It is unusual. Well, let's see what it's all about. And Antonia walks over to where the only landline in the entire club is.
It's
As
nestled behind the bar under a layer of dust, essentially, because it's hardly ever used.
yeah.
So you pick it up, and on the other end of the line, you hear, "You will meet with someone named Dario Martin tonight."
Where?
And they give a blah address of the building that has the gargoyles on it that happens to be in Yaletown.
The Grace.
That's the one.
Yep. All right. So, um, Antonia just says, "Thank you. Anything else I should know?"
And the line goes dead.
Storyteller, can you repeat that name, Dario
Dario Martin.
Martin? That's what I thought I heard. Okay.
Yeah.
Um. Okay, so Antonia's gonna turn to Sophia and turn to the old man and say, "Remember how I said that we would be given a chance maybe to meet with the Tremere so that they could do some security around here of the supernatural type?"
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, they are requesting a meeting in Yaletown.
Ooh, Yaletown.
I
Fancy.
know.
I
Hoity
hate
toity.
Georgia.
I know. I
All
know.
right.
But
All
it's
right.
it's a nice it's an older looking building, like it's new, but it's an older looking building. It's kind of classy.
They're all
Um
that. They just gut all the old buildings and put
I
new
know.
buildings inside of it.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
It used
Um
to be a happening part of town.
yeah. Yeah, with the railroad, right? Yeah. Well, at any rate, they're requesting a meeting. So, would you two like to join me so that I don't have to deal with them alone?
Of course,
Yeah.
darling.
Thank you.
Um. What kind of interaction do you think this will be? You expecting any heat, or am I just taking it easy?
I think just taking it easy. The things that they like to do are more um magical and kind of weird. So I don't think I have much of a defense against any of that, and I don't know how much you have. Sophia, do you have any kind of like way of blocking out people when they're doing weird stuff like that?
No, not really. I have, I mean, I can be a little bit more stealthy around them, but once they, once they've clocked me, should have a look.
Fair enough. Well, I guess, we're just going to have to deal with it. We know it might happen. We'll, we'll deal with it as it comes, I guess.
All right. Well, I'll bring a piece just in case, but just to make me feel comfortable. All right.
Oh, understood. Understood. Hopefully they'll be cool about this. Hopefully they'll see some value in our proposition.
Right.
Old man, how does one go about pairing pieces to an outfit?
To an outfit.
Yeah, like how do you choose which piece is gonna,
You
work with
don't
your ensemble?
you don't pair a piece to an outfit. You pair both the piece and the outfit to the occasion.
That makes sense. So it's an occasion based thing. Yes, I see. Okay. So your piece should be appropriate for the occasion, as should your outfit. Yes, no, that makes total sense.
Right. Because if you're if you're just being casual, then you have a few options as to what'll fit in your belt, what'll fit in a coat. Is it a big coat? Is it a small coat? Do you want to be
Mm.
loud? Do you want to be quiet? If you're thinking more formal, it's harder to sneak something into an event with security involved. You're gonna either have to like get something incredibly small, or if you're expecting to get stopped and frisked at the door, have someone sneak something in ahead of time. Uh,
Oh,
Preferably someone of the more feminine persuasion, as they get checked less. A security guard, they they don't they don't check the feminine form quite as thoroughly, for fear of being made to look bad or make them uncomfortable. And they don't know how many pouches are inside of a purse. You can fit something pretty small, like a one or two shot. Just know that you only have those two shots to take out your intended target.
that is quite astute and observant. I hadn't thought about the intricacies of pairing your weaponry with outfits. So,
There is a
we should write a book about this. I'm sure it'll come in useful.
why would you tell anybody about that?
I, I don't know. Either way,
I
I should probably
No,
have.
I mean, Sophia, it makes sense. But I think phrasing it in such a way that maybe all weapons. I think maybe how do you hide knives too?
Knives are a lot easier to hide.
Yeah.
Garters commonly have been used.
I'm not a
Good.
knife guy. I was when I was young. My first two were with knives, but after that it was guns.
Yes, it gets slippery, doesn't it?
Yeah, you you
Not
you
that I
can
would know.
you can cut your hand pretty bad. It's not great. I would like to figure out if Sophia would know.
Suspiciously, Sophia puts her hands behind her back.
Don't be suspicious. Don't
Don't
be
be suspicious.
And this is the narrator point of she was in fact being suspicious. So if you
Yeah.
want to do kind of like an insight check into that, actually you do have insight, old man. So thank you, Demiplane, for allowing me to look at Alon's character sheet. Give me a wits and insight check. And if Sophia is wanting to be not suspicious in that particular statement, let's go with a manipulation. Actually, you'd be more charismatic adept. So let's go with charisma and etiquette or persuasion.
Either one is the same.
Yeah.
That's 2 successes.
That is one success.
The old man can't quite, maybe it was an offhand joke that, vampires are violent creatures sometimes, and you don't really necessarily think too much of what Sophia just said.
Also, forgive me. Even the vampires get springtime allergies from time to time.
It's true.
He lets that just like slide by. Doesn't think anything else of it. But yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm telling you because you asked. I wouldn't like write about it or tell people about it. That kind of undoes the efficacy of the thing. You wanna.
Right. I guess that makes sense.
So I'm assuming you're all making your way to a vehicle of some kind, or walking.
I think well, I know the old man would probably prefer the sewers, but Antonia's
I
going to
could.
ask anyway because Sophia probably wouldn't prefer the sewers. Is that about right? Sounds about.
If it can
So
be
she's gonna.
avoided.
So Antonia's just gonna ask. So underground, overground. How do we prefer to go?
Well, we're going to meet the Tremere. If you want to drive, I could drive you.
That would work.
Lovely.
If that's what, if you would be comfortable with that, then sure, we can definitely do
Yeah, that's fine.
that. Perfect.
Whose ride? Because I don't have one. I just drive it.
I was just about to ask that as a storyteller.
I mean, how many resources do I have? And is it possible that she has like at least a little something tucked away somewhere?
Let me check on the character sheet.
I think I remember the first like outing with Key and the old man. Did we steal a car?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
think
did.
that was a stolen.
Yeah.
Did you guys
Yeah.
keep that car?
No.
What? No. What?
No. We did dispose of that car, right? I remember us disposing
Yeah.
of the car, but I
Yeah.
couldn't remember. Right. Did it have a body in it or not?
Maybe.
Okay. All right. Just checking.
Why not
you
have resources?
you would probably have a vehicle of some kind.
Okay.
Like it wouldn't be the greatest of vehicles.
Well, let's just say it's something in the small little like.
Actually, yeah, you do. You wrote it down as owns Dark Star Club. So resources of 3. Yeah, you'd have a vehicle. Easy enough.
Okay. Right. I'm having trouble finding that, but that's okay. Okay,
It's
so
under merits and flaws on the character
yeah,
sheet.
that would make sense. Okay, so she's basically just gonna say, well, in the garage there is the little Mazda. Is that okay?
Lovely.
I don't care. I'll drive it. It's fine.
All right. By all means.
All right.
So it doesn't take you too long to get there once everybody piles in the car. And for everybody who has not had any experience with downtown Vancouver, of which the players on screen currently actually all do, which is convenient. But for everybody who hasn't seen downtown Vancouver, this particular building is kind of like an Art Deco-esque type of building. Like if you're kind of imagining it, think of like Batman the Animated Series type stuff. It's got kind of the Art Deco gargoyles on the side, and it has kind of like I won't say foyer just yet, but whatever the outside kind of thing is, there's like gates that are closed. How are you approaching this particular building? Are you guys going stealthily? Are you bold as brass walking right up?
I think Antonia at least would be kind of bold as brass because they're expecting her, so her and her companions. So there would be no reason to be stealthy, at least for her. But
I'm following her lead. I am showing. I'm not trying to hide. I'm showing myself as Antonia and Sophia's protection.
Okay.
Not that they made it, but the image helps.
Sophia is walking with confidence.
Okay. So as soon as you all get up to the kind of gate that's there, the iron gate, one of them swings open away from you.
Do I see anybody there?
No.
Oh, neat trick.
Fucking magicians.
Shh.
It's cool.
Do you
Are
all
you
proceed
scared?
in?
Maybe we
Yep.
should add some tricks to the it's Black Star.
I think
Well,
that might be a bit much. But
I mean,
doors open
we're not
by themselves.
we're not here for eating, so we're going to just say that that's not going to happen right
So you proceed in. There's a few kind of plants here and there in this particular kind of enclosed area. But it leads up to the building itself, and the building itself has kind of the, like, if you imagine like old cathedral kind of doors where they have the kind of the dome on the top and it's the double doors, that is the main entranceway for this particular building. You are muted.
now. Yeah. All right, let's get to it.
Lead the way.
And we are walking.
And once you get to those doors, they actually don't move. Is anyone knocking? Is anyone looking for a doorbell?
Antonia looks over at Sophia, looks over at the old man, and says, "Alrighty. Bump, 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 bump."
You're lucky
Too
this
big.
is Tremere, yeah. You would have heard like a dun, dun on the other side. So both doors swing open away from you, and there's a large person who is, let's just say, on the nice way of putting this, kind of like too muscular for this particular like suit that they are barely able to wrap around themselves type of thing. Like they are definitely the quote unquote muscle bodyguard of this particular area. And they look at you and they're like, yes.
We are here for a meeting. With Dario Martin. He's expecting us. Antonia, Sophia, and the old.
And they step to one side, but they are kind of bulky, so they move to the one side. They stretch out their arm, and they're like, this way.
Some Adams for the family shit.
He is much more bulky than Lurch.
Word.
And you don't see him move once you all go past him, but the doors swing shut and close. And he moves to take the lead, and he wanders you through a few passageways. I'm going to get a wits and awareness roll from all of you.
Wits and awareness.
2 bits.
2 bit. Yeah.
How many successes? 4 from Sophia. old man. How did your hunger dice do? Were there any ones on the hunger dice? No. Okay. Antonia.
3 successes.
3 successes. The old man, you are very confused. It seems like you're wandering down one particular hallway, but then as they turn a corner and you follow them, this doesn't seem to be like things are not quite making sense to you, and you are very confused. Like, there's like, they turn right 4 times, and the hallway that they turn into doesn't seem like any of the hallways that you were just in, but you didn't like move up or down in any gradient or anything or any stairs. Um, for Antonia and Sophia, actually, Antonia, you there's some magical fuckery going on here, and you were like, what is going on? You were trying to puzzle it out. You can't quite wrap your mind around it though. Sophia, on the other hand, I'm going to have you minorly kind of you get kind of a vision because of all the magical fuckery that's going around. And you the path in front of you, you don't know exactly where it's going, but via kind of your magical senses with your premonitions, you're fairly sure you could find your way back easy enough. But much like everyone else, there is magical fuckery going on here, and you are kind of extremely aware of it.
Storyteller, I
That's
have a
me.
question. Does my confusion as to in navigating these halls remind me of my confusion in navigating the sewer system right now?
In fact, it does.
Can we narratively say that, like, as I get this sense, I like just kind of turn on my sense the unseen.
Okay. Uh,
And I'm assuming that's kind of just going to be a very similar, like, I kind of get what's going on here.
yeah. Let's see. Sense the unseen is wits plus aspects or resolve an aspect. Wits, I would say, probably your best bet. Looking at your character sheet,
Yeah, that's a 3 success on that.
3 successes. You open up your senses to the supernatural, and this place is crawling with it.
Whew.
And when you look back, if you were to take a glance back behind you, you would see like kind of you would see the hallway itself, but in the hallway, kind of like if you were to look at a computer program that doesn't have any of its assets in, you would see kind of like the outline of colliders and stuff like that, like kind of red, green, blue type things that you could, if you were clicking on with a computer mouse, you would be able to like move them around. You kind of see that happening in the background. Like it looks like the hallway you just came down, but you can kind of see like the shifting of it in the background, like almost like a mist. But you can tell, like, okay, if I go down this hallway, that'd be the right way to go. But this, if I turn down the other way, it'll basically, I'll be lost here forever, essentially.
Well, this is trippy. I haven't seen anything like this since I had done mushrooms in the olden times.
What is this? This is just like this is I know this is magic, and I'm not insulting our hosts, and I'm sure it's a security measure, but it's very confusing.
Oh, it's meant to be confusing, yes.
This is
Fair
happening
enough.
around my house.
Around your house.
Really?
Yeah, in the underground. It's been happening there too.
Really?
If you
Hmm.
don't mind, I
That's
would like to ask them about that when we actually meet them.
Sure. I think that'd be
absolutely.
worth an ask. For sure.
Word.
Eventually,
That is interesting.
after a bunch of wandering, but occasionally it seems like he's moving in a straight line. The larger gentleman who's been escorting you stops in front of just regular doors, and it's a double door, but it is a slider door as opposed to like a push or pull door. So he kind of sticks his fingers in and pulls up the latches and pushes the doors to separate them so that you can go in. And he in the room that he directs you into, there is a it looks like a mad scientist's lounge. There's like bubbling concoctions and like different glass beakers and what looks like some petri dishes kind of stacked in different things with different kind of consistency things in them. And there's like it almost looks like dry ice kind of bubbling up from the one and dripping into another and going up various glass tubing. And on the other side of the desk of that, there is someone who is very tall, kind of really, really thin. And they have like kind of a goggle on the one eye that has like several different lenses that look like they can be flipped in. And they have kind of brown, slick back hair, and it almost looks like they're wearing a cloak. And he doesn't even look up, and he says, "Thank you, that will be all." And the larger gentleman nods. And once you all make your way into the room, he kind of closes the door behind you. You may proceed.
Antonia will just say, Mr. Dario Martin, I presume.
You presume correct?
Excellent. Have you been informed as to the reason that we are calling?
The reason, no. That you would be calling, yes.
Excellent. And am I presuming correctly that you are the esteemed and all high primogen of your clan?
Primogen, no. He smiles at that particular statement. Regent, yes.
Storyteller, would Antonia kind of have any sort of idea whatsoever about the structure?
That is an interesting question. And I'm going to go to your character sheet. You have 0 dots in the occult.
Yeah,
My guess would be no.
that's what I'm thinking. Okay.
If anybody else has dots in the occult and you would like to make a roll,
I have one.
that's a possibility. The old man, let's take a look at yours. That is a 0 in occult. You would have no idea. um,
It's like that scene from Spaceballs. That's the I don't know shit, like full on.
Sophia, if you would like to make a intelligence and occult roll. Now I got Spaceballs running around in my head.
I'm so sorry.
So, how did that roll go, Sophia?
I got 4 successes.
You've heard things about the Tremere? Regent is kind of the leader of the clan to the clan itself, like kind of in internal clan structure. the Primogen would be quote unquote leader of the clan to the Camarilla.
Okay. Okay.
And he's still looking down at whatever experiment kind of thing that he was working on. Antonia, you were saying?
Antonia's just gonna say the reason that we're here, and we do thank you for giving us some of your time. Um, the reason that we are here is because I don't know if you've heard, but the area where we own a club, a nightclub, um, has been given to us by the Camarilla, the heads of the Camarilla. They've all decided, like the prince has decided that that area is now ours. And given that we are not very well known or very esteemed in the community, there are many who are trying to broker deals with us and things like that. And I think that we have left our security of our club down to a kind level, a human level, as opposed to being aware of the possible implications of um, clans that have various powers trying to enter or do harmful things, either like that are basically trying to do that through supernatural means.
He holds up a finger and he puts his hand back down as you stop talking. And looks like he's kind of looks like one of those like old school like 1920s kind of flat pencils. And he's like writing something in a journal. And what precisely, I don't mean to be rude, but what does that have to do with me?
Well, we know that your clan is esteemed for your ability to use the blood for use vitae for various things like wards and other security features. And we were hoping to perhaps strike a deal with you and members of your clan to perhaps have a few of the members of your clan provide us with a few extra measures of security in the club in exchange for a major boon or other. We are flexible in terms of what we can offer.
What would you need protected?
Well, we would definitely need all entrances to be protected against anything that is unseen, including but not limited to kind that take the form of animals, especially small ones. Because downtown is not necessarily known for its particular cleanliness when it comes to that sort of thing.
At the point of
So,
time that you say kind that take the form of animals, that's when he stops looking at his experiment and looks in your direction like, what do you mean?
well, I mean, there are, I believe, as far as I know, certain kindred that are able to control animals.
Hmm.
Some that might be able to even take form of animal or communicate with animal and have them do their bidding. We are trying to avoid things like that so that,
That is not something in our purview for being able to ward against.
that's fair. I know that there are limitations. I thought I'd try. Obviously, I felt that maybe there was somebody in your clan that might have that sort of ability.
Kindred,
But
on the other hand, we can do.
yes, so that nobody who is not supposed to be there can get through entrances that we would normally have locked away to ward off any kind, because obviously Kindred are a little bit more resourceful in being able to do that sort of thing.
The old man at this point is going to just like gently tap Antonia's shoulder and say, be particular with how you ask for this favor here, because an entrance doesn't necessarily need to be an entrance.
Fair enough. How about as well warding our walls? I know there are kindred perhaps that can pass through walls that can make that sort of thing happen.
I've heard of it.
Yes. Basically,
Weaponry?
yes. Ward against weaponry
No.
as well.
I'm not talking
No.
about warding against weaponry. That's
Oh,
impossible.
of course. Sorry,
Do you need
my
weaponry that is warded?
She looks at the old man. Do you think that that is necessary?
I'm gonna need you to explain how that works, but
Well,
I'm interested.
it may hurt, but would you be interested in a demonstration?
Yeah, sure.
Ooh, a
I
demo.
can volunteer as tribute. No need, old man, for you to take it upon yourself. I don't
It's
want you to.
it's fine, ma'am. It's my job.
All right.
Let me see your arm.
The old man exposes his arm, and you see how wretched and twisted it is. He normally keeps fully covered up.
Now, I apologize. This will hurt a lot.
Uh-huh.
And he, from under his cloak, he comes around the table with all the bubbly experiments. And from under his cloak, he pulls out what seemingly looks like just a regular run-of-the-mill steak knife. One that's about yay wide in but maybe about a half an inch deep. And
the old man goes, "What do you expect me to be fighting? Porterhouse?"
funny. And he touches your arm with it, and you feel an immense amount of pain. He doesn't stab you. He just touches it to your arm, and you take an aggravated health level of damage.
Oh my god! How do I do that?
What is that?
What is that? Well, I don't even know
I'm
what that
listening.
is.
like you said, that was funny. So for your health,
Uh-huh.
if you click it twice, it pops up with an X.
Ah,
That is an aggravated health level of damage, and that is for in order to heal that. If you just take a regular superficial damage, you heal it kind of on a 2-for-1 basis. You do a rouse check, and you can heal 2 levels of superficial damage. However, with the aggravated damage, which is what you just took, that is you have to do 3 rouse checks over the course of 3 days in order to heal that damage. Actually, no, 3 rouse checks, but you can only do 1 aggravated per day.
right. Holy shit.
It hurts. It burns.
Yeah. The old man makes it known that it hurts.
Antonia turns to the old man. Are you okay?
Mhm.
My
I don't think I've
apologies.
ever seen him like
Sorry.
this.
It's all right.
But I felt a demonstration. It was more in order.
Yes, that was quite impressive. But
What was
I-
that?
That is a ward. That is what you were requesting.
I take it you could
In-
do that to more than just steak knives.
Yes.
So are you saying that if it is my weapon and I have it warded for me, that anybody else who touches it will get hurt like the old man here?
Yes.
Oh. Are there any caveats to that at all?
They're expensive.
How expensive?
Minor boon per.
All right. I suppose that's reasonable given what we just saw.
For the weapons. For the rooms that you were describing, what would probably be best would be, I'm sure you've seen old movies or new movies. I don't even know. I haven't seen movies in about 50 years. But essentially, the draw sigils on the ground type of situation.
Yes.
What
I
you were
believe so.
describing is something that we would probably do for the room itself. We would draw the sigil in the ground. You would donate each of you who would want to be inside of said sigil. We would take some of your blood in order to mix the magical concoction that would ward said area for against whatever it is you wanted warded against, whether it be lupines, kindred, ghouls, etc. The only thing we can't do is regular humans.
That's all right.
But the
That's hard to
circle itself would be protected. Whoever you wanted in, once we do that ritual, they would be permitted in. The three of you, if you have more people, they would be allowed in. Anyone else would result in merely touching that area, crossing over the sigil, would result in what the old man just experienced with their entire body.
Is it just a pain? Is there a scar? Is it like burns?
There's a burn, like until you heal that particular damage, it's like it probably is like a first or a second degree burn. Like it is pretty bad. I can't remember which number is the more severe one. I think it's first.
I think
the smaller the number, the more severe the burn. I'm not sure.
No,
exactly.
The higher the number, the more severe the burn.
Then it's like a fourth degree burn. Like
there's only 3, as I know.
Third.
That's real bad.
Yeah,
That's very bad.
It's really
real
burny.
bad.
Yeah, got it.
So, Mr. Martin, my question is, what about our walls? Because our club is welcoming to all kindred. That's not our problem. Our problem is them getting in unannounced and through means uninvited and in areas that we don't expect them to be.
This is what that is what I mean. Like the area itself, we would be able to not a circle, nothing quite so theatrical as that, but we could do the border of the room itself so that they could not traverse into said room even if they smash through the wall. Yeah, it's That's something we could do. Not necessarily put it on the door itself. I'm assuming you want kindred in your club.
Yes. We just don't want them getting in uninvited or through areas that or means that we
The
cannot
the
anticipate.
uninvited, I wouldn't be able to do anything about.
Hmm.
It's just it's there or it's not.
Yeah.
That's it.
Say for example, how many people are in your coterie?
5.
So I would do the sigil for the 5 people. If you wanted to put it on the main door, that means any kindred other than those 5 people in your coterie, if they touch said door, they would experience what the old man just experienced.
It's definitely more extreme than what we are looking for in terms of keeping people out. But we can definitely
But
areas that
in
we don't want them in.
yeah, any area that you would not want anyone in, it is not only a time consuming ritual, it is also expensive. Hence the minor
I
boon per.
understood. What I would like to propose is that perhaps you tell us what the high range of this is, and then we can figure out if we can afford those boons.
What do you mean high range? How many do you
Hi-
need?
High range. So if we were to do the areas, and she looks at the old man, so what do you think we need in terms of those wars that are going up in the room?
Well, he's explaining that we can't. We can do the walls. We could do entrances, but if they're up, we can't invite people in. Even if we want them there, it'll still hurt them.
Yes.
Right. So we
All right.
can't. We can't keep people out of the club. Like
You,
they need to be there.
you can't
But
necessarily adjust it on the fly, is essentially what I'm saying. If you want to invite new people into it, we would have to send another Tremere to redo the ritual.
Right. So,
okay.
so perhaps uh, the VVIP
Yes,
that becomes coterie only,
I think so, yes.
like a
And
panic room or something.
yeah. And the doors from the outside leading in, any fire exits or anything like that that we have, um, if we warded those from outside of the club, does that mean that the entire club is warded, or does it mean that simply if somebody tries to use that door, then they will be hurt like the old man just was?
Yes, the second option.
That would actually be good. At least we'll get the doors.
I disagree.
Oh,
You're speaking of a club, correct?
yes,
You're speaking of a
Well,
place where kindred would want to come in, yes?
yes.
So warding the main door, if someone were to accidentally brush up against it and burst into flames,
Oh,
probably wouldn't be good for your clientele, I would guess.
I think we're talking
not the
about
main door.
emergency exits.
Yeah, not the main door. The main doors, we want to make sure that anybody who tries to come into the club has only one way into the club, and
Mhm.
that's us seeing them coming into
Interesting proposal. So how many of these exits would there be? And you can just blah.
blah.
blah
Blah. Blardy
blah
blah.
blah.
I do not go blardy blah. So
Egg
that would,
on my face for not playing a vampire that can turn into a bat.
I mean, you can if you get the right discipline of protein.
Protein.
Just be a really ugly bat.
Yeah.
So he ponders for a second and he goes, two major boons.
That that works. I can give that of myself. She turns to Sophia. Would you like us to have Brayden as part of the group that is able to access the VVIP?
Yes, that would be lovely, actually.
Excellent.
I'll,
And
I'll
she
make sure I
turned.
get a vial of his blood, you said, is what we need.
Yes, approximately, and he kind of shuffles through a bunch of the glass things, and he pulls out like kind of a regular sized test tube. He's like approximately one of these full.
Gotcha. Now, if I wanted to get a nice little dagger boarded myself, is that something is that a one-on-one contract kind of deal?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
You can ponder if you would like. We wouldn't be ready to do the ritual for at least a week or so.
Perfect.
The,
I think we can have an answer for you tomorrow. We'll contact the rest of our coterie and make sure that they are on board for this. And, old man, I think that you had something else that you wanted to discuss.
Just to put a button on this, does your warded arms, does that include the potential for firearms?
it does not. We have been experimenting, but something about the heat of expended bullet makes warding such things nearly impossible.
The heat.
Yes, when you fire a bullet, it heats up.
Yeah, I know, but oh fuck.
Vampire blood and fire.
What
Oh.
about a crossbow?
It is a little bit on the small side to get a warded arrowhead.
Hmm.
The steak knife, and he holds it up like the steak knife basically is kind of thicker
It's a,
than its
right.
than a usual kind of like regular steak knife.
All right. I'll
But if you would like
I'll hmm,
machetes, daggers, pretty much anything along those lines would work.
yeah, I'll ponder it and draw a list.
Excellent. Is that everything?
I do have something else I wanted to ask. That labyrinth shit that you have happening in the hallway.
Yes.
What is that?
Magic.
Right. Is that caused by someone?
There is someone who does it, yes.
Would there ever be a reason for that to happen on its own?
Not generally. No. Though there are a lot of ley lines in Vancouver.
Yeah. It's happening underground. Had you heard?
No. I'm going to have to run some experiments.
Me and my kin use the underground. We can't
Yes,
afford to be getting lost in there.
really. The Nosferatu are getting lost in the sewers?
I almost have. I'm starting to get an idea of it, but it's still unpredictable. So
And he rifles through. He goes back to the journal and he starts flipping through it. And he pulls out like an old yellowed business card. And he's like, I would like to discuss with your clan potential to experiment to see if we can investigate this particular problem.
okay.
And
In exchange,
he hands you
in
the business
exchange
card.
for what exactly? Are you gonna help us fix it?
If that is what you desire.
Do your experiments hurt us?
I don't believe
Aside
so.
from that, yeah.
Aside from that, I don't believe they would. No.
He
Mr.
looks
Martin.
he looks
Oh, sorry.
down at the card and is like, all right.
Mr. Martin, is there any possibility that there's a rogue magic user, maybe not even of your house, that is doing something there?
That is possible.
Would it require a great deal of strength to manipulate Earth like that?
It wouldn't be strength necessarily.
Well, strength of magic.
There is a fair amount that you would need, a fair amount of knowledge. Yes.
And you have not seen anyone with the ability to do this, perhaps?
Not recently.
Oh. All right. Well, I'll leave you and the old man to it. You have piqued my curiosity, of course.
Hmm. I'm going to have to run some experiments. If that is everything,
Sophia, is there anything you would like to add?
No, I think pretty well happy with how this has all gone down tonight.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Martin. We appreciate that you have taken the time out of your busy schedule to speak with us, and we will be in touch within the next 24 hours with a response. Is this
excellent.
the is this and she points to the card the best way to reach you?
Yes.
Excellent.
And he goes back over to the other side of the table, and he basically goes back to the same position that you saw him at initially, looking back down at experiments and readjusting things here and there.
Why don't we get back?
Jules will see you out.
Excellent.
And as soon as you go to open the door, the large ghoul slides them both aside for you. This way.
Thank you, Jules.
Uh-huh.
And he leads you out back to the main foyer and area. And Sophia,
Yes.
I noticed this in the chat. Sophia had sent a text to Brayden, and you get back a list of 3 dagger makers, and with a rating, quote unquote, that you see beside their names. One of them is like it. They're the letter T's. One of them has 4 T's, one of them has 3, and another one has 4 and then the number 1/2 beside it.
I I text back, what are the T's for?
Explain later. Kiss, kiss.
Kiss, kiss. Dawdles through the passageways.
Yeah, and as the three of you make your way out to the street of Vancouver, that is a good place to.
Ah, fuck, that hurt.
Oh,
Ah, shit.
are you all right?
Ah.
You held that in quite well. Antonio, you're muted.
Old man, next time let me take it.
Ah, it's fine. I just didn't want to give the motherfucker the satisfaction.
Oh, that motherfucker is going to be helping us. So,
Yeah.
let's give him a little bit of respect. That may have hurt a lot,
I'm-
but
I'm
that was
not-
pretty cool.
I'm not taking any of that away. That was very effective demonstration. Motherfucker. Jumping Jehoshaphat ass. Son of...
And on that note, it's a good place to end this particular episode. And as a storyteller note, just because a motherfucker's helping you out doesn't mean the motherfucker's on your side in the world of darkness.
Amen. Oh, shit.
So-
Ouch. Ooh, ouch.
So thank you all for watching, and for any bits or subscriptions you've sent our way, or you become a member on our YouTube. So we'll do some quick outros. I will put in the chat the information for Violetta and for Key, and we'll start off in the, I guess since Violetta's not here, new pole position over here for Sophia.
Hey everybody, Monica here playing Sophia. Thank you so much for putting up with all of Sophia's lovely team building exercises ideas. You can find me at Monica M_art across all social media: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, all of them under the same name. And you can check out my book, Doña Quixote, Rise of the Night, available wherever books are sold. And of course, all my illustration work across various medias. Just check out all my links. So, yeah.
Hashtag buy Monica's book. And up above
Do
me
it.
is Antonia.
Hello, my name is Joanna. I was playing Antonia for you today. You will find me on the socials as Hyrule Gardner, and you will find me here playing various World of Darkness related things. And follow everybody and all their things.
And over here, last but certainly not least, is the old man.
Hello, my name is Alan Williams, and I have been playing the old man, your friendly Nosferatu fixer. You can find me doing tabletop actual play and media production at Quest Keep, where we play in ongoing D&D 5e game in a completely homebrew world. We are almost 30 episodes in. If we aren't 30 episodes in by the time this airs, so jump in. There's plenty to see before, and plenty more to see after. As well, I keep threatening that I'm gonna stream for myself. I was going to last weekend, but I had a lot of events to attend to. There was a rat beef I had to pay attention to. It was busy. It was a busy weekend. But I fully intend to be doing character building, miniature painting, and that kind of thing on Twitch starting very soon. So please stay tuned for that.
And on the Quest Keep game, Alan does not play a monk. I can't express how important that is.
For the first time in a very long time, I am not actually for the first time ever. I'm playing a character who is not a monk, or at least dipped into monk a tiny bit. So yeah, it is. It's a brave new world for me. I'm playing a psionic sorcerer, but psionics are like monks of the mind. So it's kung fu of the mind.
Same
So
vein. Same vein.
it's same shit. Yeah, we're fine.
And this guy is Storyteller Steve. So, what I'm going to get you all to do is go over to our merch shop where you can buy stuff like the Meet C t shirts. And there's also some images done by our awesome Monica, who plays Sophia, of all of the cast in their cartoon forms. And you can buy everything. You can buy t shirts, you can buy mugs, you can buy like
Shower
travel
curtains.
mugs. Shower curtains. Who
The
doesn't
most
want
important of the merch.
who doesn't want an old
Duvets.
man's shower curtain? So
I feel like the Nimitsi duvet is a red flag. If you walk into someone's house and they have a duvet that says the Meatsy, get out, call someone.
Run, girl, run.
But
the call is coming from inside the
alternatively,
house.
a Meet C beach towel.
100%.
Green flag. Green flag all the way.
Green flag, huge flag.
Head on over there. The link is over there. Go check all that out. And also, you can support our Patreon, so you can help us out there for $5. You can watch the next episode. Chances are right now, if you're watching us on Twitch or YouTube. But yeah, go check that out, or you can become a member on YouTube. $5, or I think $6 for the Twitch. Only $3 for the YouTube, and you can check out episodes early. So we will see you next week with more Vampire the Masquerade. We will have a good night, everybody.